Marku, chapter 14. Now after 2 days was the Passover and the unleavened breads, and the chief priests and the scribes were seeking how they might take him with trickery and might kill him. For they were saying, Not during the festival, lest perhaps there shall be a tumult of the people. And while he was in Bethaniah in the house of Simon the leper, whilst he was reclining to eat, there came a woman having an alabaster cruse of ointment of pure nard, very costly, and she broke the cruse and poured it over his head. But there were some that had indignation among themselves, saying, To what purpose hath this waste of the ointment become? For this ointment might have been sold for above 300 denarii, and given to the poor. And they murmured against her. But Yeshua said, Let her alone. Why trouble ye her? She hath wrought a good work on me. For ye have the poor always with you, and whensoever ye will, ye can do them good, but me ye have not always. She hath done what she could, she hath anointed my body beforehand for the burying. And amen, I am saying to you, wheresoever the announcement shall be preached into all the world, that also which this woman hath done shall be spoken of for a memorial of her. And Yehuda Ishkariot, he that was one of the 12, went away to the chief priests, that he might deliver him to them. And they, when they heard it, were glad, and promised to give him silver. And he was seeking how he might conveniently deliver him to them. And on the first day of the unleavened breads, while they were sacrificing the Passover, his disciples say to him, Where wilt thou that we go and make ready that thou mayest eat the Passover? And he sendeth 2 of his disciples, and saith to them, Go into the city, and there shall meet you a man bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him. And wheresoever he shall enter in, say to the master of the house, The teacher saith, Where is my guest chamber, where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? And he will himself show you a large upper room, furnished and ready, and there make ready for us. And the disciples went forth, and came into the city, and found as he had said to them, and they made ready the Passover. And when it was evening, he cometh with the 12. And as they reclined and were eating, Yeshua said, Amen, I am saying to you, one of you shall betray me, he that eateth with me. They began to be sorrowful, and to say to him one by one, Is it I? And he said to them, It is one of the 12, he that dippeth with me in the dish. For the Son of the Man goeth, even as it is written of him. But woe to that man through whom the Son of the Man is betrayed. Good were it for that man if he had not been born. And as they were eating, he took bread, and when he had blessed, he broke it, and gave to them, and said, Take ye, this is my body. And he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave to them, and they all drank of it. And he said to them, This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many. Amen, I am saying to you, I shall no more drink of the fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new in the kingdom of the God. And when they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of the Olives. And Yeshua saith to them, All ye shall be stumbled, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered abroad. Howbeit, after I am raised up, I will go before you into Galilee. But Petro said to him, Although all shall be stumbled, yet will not I. And Yeshua saith to him, Amen, I say to thee, that thou today, this night, before the rooster crow twice, shalt deny me thrice. But he spoke exceedingly vehemently, If I must die with thee, I will not deny thee. And in like manner also said they all. And they come to a place which was named Gethsemane, and he saith to his disciples, Sit ye here while I pray. And he taketh with him Petro and Jacobo and Johanan, and began to be greatly amazed and greatly troubled. And he saith to them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even to death. Abide ye here, and watch. And he went forward a little, and fell on the ground, and prayed that, if it were possible, the hour might pass away from him. And he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible to thee. Remove this cup from me. Howbeit not what I will, but what thou wilt. And he cometh, and findeth them sleeping, and saith to Petro, Simon, sleepest thou? Couldst thou not watch 1 hour? Watch ye and pray ye, that ye enter not into testing. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. And again he went away and prayed, saying the same word. And again he came and found them sleeping, for their eyes were very heavy, and they knew not what to answer him. And he cometh the third time, and saith to them, Sleep on now, and take your rest. It is enough, the hour is come. Behold, the Son of the Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Arise, let us be going. Behold, the one betraying me hath become near. And immediately, while he yet spoke, cometh Yehuda, one of the 12, and with him a multitude with swords and staves, from the chief priests and the scribes and the elders. Now he that betrayed him had given them a token, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that is he. Take him, and lead him away safely. And when he was come, immediately he came to him, and saith, Rabbi, and kissed him. And they laid the hands on him, and took him. But a certain one of them that stood by drew his sword, and smote the bondservant of the high priest, and struck off his ear. And Yeshua answered and said to them, Are ye come out, as against a robber, with swords and staves, to seize me? I was daily with you in the temple teaching, and ye took me not. But this is done, that the scriptures might be fulfilled. And they all left him and fled. and a certain young man followed with him, having a linen cloth cast about him over his naked body, and they lay hold on him. But he left the linen cloth and fled naked. And they led Yeshua away to the high priest, and there come together with him all the chief priests and the elders and the scribes. And Petro had followed him afar off, even within, into the court of the high priest, and he was sitting with the officers and warming himself in the light of the fire. Now the chief priests and the whole council were seeking a testimony against Yeshua to put him to death, and found it not. For many bare false witness against him, and the testimonies agreed not. And there stood up certain and bare false witness against him, saying, We heard him say, I will destroy this temple that is made with hands, and in 3 days I will build another made without hands. And not even so did their testimony agree. And the high priest stood up in the midst, and asked Yeshua, saying, Answerest thou nothing? What is it which these witness against thee? But he was being silent, and he answered nothing. Again the high priest asked him, and saith to him, Art thou the anointed, the Son of the Blessed? And Yeshua said, I am. And ye shall see the Son of the Man sitting at the right hand of the power, and coming with the clouds of the sky. And the high priest tore his clothes, and saith, What further need have we of witnesses? Ye have heard the blasphemy. What think ye? And they all condemned him to be liable of death. And some began to spit on him, and to cover his face, and to buffet him, and to say to him, Prophesy! And the officers received him with blows of their hands. And as Petro was beneath in the court, there cometh one of the maids of the high priest, and having seen Petro warming himself, she looked upon him, and saith, Thou also wast with the Nazaraya Yeshua. But he denied, saying, I neither know nor understand what thou sayest. And he went out into the porch, and the rooster crowed. And the maid saw him, and began again to say to them that stood by, This is one of them. But he again denied it. And after a little while again, they that stood by said to Petro, Of a truth thou art one of them, for thou art a Galilaean. But he began to curse and to swear, I know not this man of whom ye speak. And immediately the second time the rooster crowed, and Petro called to mind the word, how that Yeshua said to him, Before the rooster crow twice, thou shalt deny me thrice. And when he thought thereon, he wept.